Sequoia National Park is full of superlatives. We have giant sequoias, of course, the largest tree in the world. The tallest mountain in the lower 48 states, Mount Whitney. But even if those things didn't exist, I think that Sequoia National Park could have been founded because of Crystal Cave. It's that impressive. The key thing that dictates how many caves you have and where those caves are is the rock type. By and large, Sequoia National Park is formed of granite, some kind of granitic rock, and most of the Sierra Nevada is made of that rock. But the caves do not form in that rock. The caves are formed in something that's older, a rock that's about 200 million years old. It's called marble. The marble represents a very small amount of the total rock in Sequoia, but almost everywhere you have marble and you have some water, you're going to have a cave. A unique property of marble is that it dissolves in water over hundreds of thousands of years and create these cave passages. The first thing that I would say about Crystal Cave is that it's tucked down in this neat little canyon. So the setting of the cave is really enchanting, and it's a beautiful trail to get there.
As you walk down the trail from the parking lot to Crystal Cave, you'll see this white rock along the hillside. And that's the enormous marble block that Crystal Cave is carved inside of. When you get to the base of the trail, you're at the base of that marble vein. And you look up and you see the entrance to Crystal Cave.
Just the entrance to Crystal Cave is utterly unlike any other cave, not just in Sequoia National Park, but really anywhere in the Sierra Nevada. I mean, most of the cave entrances are small. Sometimes you're crawling in on your belly, but to just walk into a big cave entrance like that is really rare. It posed a real challenge for how to control access to the cave over the years. And the spiderweb gate of Crystal Cave is one of the neater parts about a cave visit.
As you continue into the cave, you will see glittering calcite formations start to appear. And the formations that we see in the cave, they are made of rock, but they are incredibly fragile, which is why you're not able to just come inside the cave on your own. The only way to see Crystal Cave is on a guided tour.
The total length of the tour route through the cave is about a half a mile. The total length of the cave is about 3 miles, so there's a lot of cave that you don't see on the tour. But the tour does take you to the best parts of Crystal Cave and certainly the largest passages and rooms.
So when you get fully inside the cave, you'll notice it's a lot different than the surface world. It's probably cooler. It's 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 degrees Celsius year-round. And you will begin to hear the sound of moving water.
I think the neatest thing about the entrance passage is that you get to walk right alongside the stream that flows through Crystal Cave. And that stream's important because that is the stream that has created the cave over 1 million years, cutting down through different levels of the rock. And what you're seeing is the clean, polished marble bedrock.
There's a very real, timeless quality inside the cave. When you walk under the sequoia trees, you're surrounded by things that are 2,000 years old. But when you walk through the junction room, you're in a space that's over 20,000 years old. And when you enter into these dark, quiet spaces, you can feel that connection to the age of the earth.
Once you leave the junction room, then you start climbing up into a higher and older level of the cave. And there you see rooms like the organ room and the dome room, and the largest of all the rooms, Marble Hall.
The last room on the tour is Marble Hall, and this is one of the largest rooms out of any of the 300 caves we have in Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park. When people imagine a cave, they often imagine these things hanging down from the ceiling, or these things rising up from the ground. And we call these a secondary formation or a speleothem. And these are made simply by dripping water. One of the most common minerals found inside marble rock is calcite. And so as the water drips through the ceiling of the cave, it brings calcite into the cave. And that calcite is deposited wherever that water seems to hang out. It sticks together as these minerals form structures, and you can get the wildest shapes that you can imagine. And they can be large or small.
The way that water leaves these minerals behind, and the patterns and the shapes that it leaves behind, and the amount of time that it takes for these things to form, it's kind of like the more you think about it, the more amazing it becomes. If it's dripping straight down off the ceiling, it will form a thin column called a soda straw. Sometimes that will plug and the water will flow along the outside to make a stalactite. Water dripping off the end of those features will land on the floor of the cave and build a mound of calcite upwards called a stalagmite. And then when you have water just flowing over a sloping surface, it will deposit the calcite on that surface in a formation we call flowstone. I think in many ways the dome room is the prettiest room in the cave. It has the densest assortment of calcite formations. There are stalactites, there are soda straws, there's a lot of really nice flowstone. And on the corner of the dome, off to the side, is an enchanted little spot called the fairy pools, which are seasonally full pools of water, and they're bounded by these rimstone dams. You can see the water dropping into the pools every now and again, creating these ripples. It's the ultimate water feature.
I think the best thing about the cave is how different it is from the surface, of what kinds of things you get to see, and what it sounds like, and in what it feels like. I think people come here to explore the differences that you can find on the planet Earth.
There's something that's just innately appealing about caves, and I think part of it is the mystery of what's inside the cave and what's around the next corner. I think after the 45-minute tour, when you walk out, having navigated these dark, twisty, narrow passages and seen some of these big, beautiful rooms, you come away with a new appreciation for this place, this park, this planet.